What's going on, everybody? This is Lawrence D. Adams. Let me know you can hear me. I am live testing out. I'm in a new space, making sure all my equipment is working right. So this is just a test to see what's going on. And I get to see who's available. And they changed that so much on here that it's amazing. Let me see if I can get that away. Let's see. So much different, man. Wow. Okay, that's cool. Where's my chat? Okay. Let's see what's going on. What's going on? How you doing? This is Lawrence D. Adams. I am testing out my testing this out. It's been a minute since I've been on here. And I am testing out my equipment since I have moved. And we'll be going live more often and coming up with some more information. So this is just testing out, and I'm realizing if you see me, you can hear me clearly. Let me know. There we go. That's what I wanted, but my ticker's not working. There we go. There we go. Let me know in the chat room because I am testing out the new equipment. I'm going to test it out somewhere else, see how it look. One thing I don't like is how they're doing this. Shifted solo layout. Man, this is completely different. Let me know in the chat room. You can see me. It's been a minute. But I am coming back. So much to share. Okay, somebody they dropped off. They're like, "Oh, we ain't watching you LDA," but I don't like that color, man. Color, yeah. We gotta get some more color here. Yeah, let's get it back together. Let's test this out. This color is ugly. See here, we are testing. Test. See how it look. One thing I can't do is get it how it want it to look. Okay, here we go. So it's doing that. Okay. I see how it works now. Not bad. See some gaps. Clear, but this is a test. Testing out how it do. May go live on what's we call it. What's going on? If you can see me, let me know you can hear me. I'm testing out the equipment because I will be going back live. Let me know in the chat room you're watching. Let me go get some water. I am testing out. This new. What's going on? What 10 people? What's going on, y'all? How y'all doing? This is Lawrence D. Adams. I am here live. Can you believe it? I'm trying to change the color, change the banner, change everything. It's been a minute. What's going on? How y'all doing? Let me know in the chat room if you're there. 25 people watching. What's going on? How y'all doing? 31. Hey, what's going on? Jake the Snake, what's going on? It's been a minute. I know I've been out the loop and I got to change my time. What's going on? Let me know in the chat room if you can see and hear me clearly. Let me know in the chat room that you are paying attention. Let me know if you want some good game. What's up? What's going on? Salute to everyone. Salute. Yes, LDA. Okay, see, we ain't gonna this right here. Do a free brew. Okay, we right there. We'll do all that. you got to know who you're dealing with. Man, I'm doing well, man. I've spent a minute. Actually, took a little time to get myself together. Actually got married, so completely. You can't talk about the game if you don't graduate. Everybody talk good game online, but they never graduate and get them a dime. Let me say that again. Everybody talk good game online, but they never graduate to go get them a dime. So definitely I'm doing well, but I am testing equipment out to make sure everything is going good because it's been a minute since I've been on here. So I am, and let me know if my sounding good. And I don't know what that guy was talking about. Salute to you. Good to see everyone. This is just a test, just to make sure I'm checking all my equipment, my lights and things like that. That's all this is. I don't know why YouTube definitely pushed it and then pulled it back. But so that's what's going on. But I am testing everything. Let me see what else. Let me see if I can do this right quick. Whoop. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. There we go. Should be able to hear that. Let me grab some water. Salute, salute. Can you hear me loud and clear? This is Lawrence D. Adams. I am back. New place, new location. Put a number one in the chat room if you can hear me. Put a number one in the chat room. Let me know that you're here. Put a number one in the chat room. Put a number one in the chat room. I see what they're doing. They keep fluctuating and pushing and pulling it back. Put a number one in the chat room. Let me know you guys are here. Y'all ready to hear something. I can give one thing away. Are we going to, let me cut this down. Cut this down. Put a number one in the chat room if you can hear me loud and clear. And I might throw the link up if I seen some people in here day ones. Good. You hear me loud and clear. Good. That's good to hear. That's what I wanted to make sure. I'm telling you, this is just a test. And I'm looking down. I need to be looking right at the camera. Well, I got to figure out a way to put a chat room right here. But yeah, definitely this is working. And since you right here, I'm gonna put you right here. You put a number one. You was the first one. Give me one question that you have for me since I've been gone. That's within reason. You know, if you talk anything else, I ain't gonna. Give me one question that you have right quick, and then I'm going to answer it, and then I'm going to pull back because this is just a test to get going and where I've been and what I've been doing. But I will say I have got me a cutie. I got me a wife. And she's pretty. Real pretty. So yeah, definitely got a question. One question. That's it. Use the first one. I'm just testing out because it's been a minute since I've been online, giving some good game. Not beyond, you know what? We cutting all that good game and all that kind of stuff out. I'm graduated from that. I'm here to bring you to the place that you be the best, to be the man you need to be. I'm not that game. Okay, that sounds good. Them days are over. You have to graduate from that kind of vernacular and where you've been to where you need to go. And so that's all cut out. Because so many men come online looking for game, but they have not changed the name, who they are on the inside. So right now, all that game and all that pimp stuff, it's done. Gone. This should be a place where, you know what, I need to be the best version. I need to get my money right. I need to get my housing right. I need to get my car right. I need to get my career right. I need to get right with my children, my parents, my father, mother. I need to be the best man I can be. I've been listening to some things online recently and how really in these 2000s, we really have it easy compared to what they had it back over 100 years ago. So all this low level thinking and low level mindset it's cut, especially from the thinking class. That's why it's called the thinking class, to get you to think, not only to think, but to get you to do and to be a better version, especially you men between 25 to about 35. You done heard so much stuff. You stuck in your head. You don't know what to do. It's time to get you guys to think, not just think, but think critically. I've seen so many young men who are emotionally driven and they don't even think. And I understand they have to mature and all like that. But y'all, man, it's too soft for me. So all that game and pimping, all that's cut here. It's the thinking class. These are high quality men who desire to be examples in society and to have the finer things of life. So Y'all won't hear that from me. Y'all done got a little bit because I was feeling my getting my sea leg, get my legs back, but definitely it's time for men to raise the standard. And I'm here to say I'm saying a lot because this has been a minute since I've been on. Many of you have been on that red pill, blue pill, purple pill, and all like that. There has to be a graduation day. The thinking class has graduated past that. You better catch all the old content I had before because I completely not on that. I'm here to say if you were hurt because what some woman did or said to you, you need to be healed. If you still crying about your mama and your baby mama and she did that, you need to be healed. This will not be the place for you. I'm here to bring men to a higher level in their mind, in their body, and in their spirit. So all the other extra stuff, no way. I think that is that my like that's my cousin. I'm not sure. But no, all that extra stuff, y'all can have it. I'm here to elevate men in their thinking, in their spirit, and in their walk in life. Anything else? I want it. So I already was prior to all of this, even before my wife showed up in my life, I was already cutting out that whole game and blue pill and red pill and who's doing that. And if you ain't graduating past that, you on the wrong channel. Go listen to somebody else. If you trying to come over here to get information on how to get more women, this ain't the place for you. How to get the right woman, we can talk. But how to get more women, this ain't the place for you. This ain't the channel no more. Nope, 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 nope. Cut it. We done. This is for men who want to have the finer things of life, who wants to live their best life. And you may not be ready for this. Your mental palate may not be ready for what I'm on to share or going to share. But if you're looking for somebody to talk street, no, I'm not doing that. Not doing that. If you can relate to what I'm saying, put a number 2 in the chat room. If you're ready to go to the next level, put a number 2 in the chat. What's going on, these nuts? Good to see you, bro. I ain't seen you in a while. But are you ready for that? Put a number 2 in the chat room because this is a completely different LDA. You see me with my ring on? Brother man is married. Got a wife. You can only live that kind of lifestyle but so long. Appreciate you. This is time for men to elevate. Good to see you. Yeah. So you looking for, well, show me how to get this woman and how to do this and teach me the game. I'm going to teach you the strategies on how to move to where you need to be at. Move to where you are at to where you need to be at. All the other extra stuff is not here. Raising the consciousness of men, particularly black men, and making sure that you have a clear image of what you need to see in the mirror. See how the numbers went down when I said that? Because they're looking for, give me the red pill. What about Anton and Corey Holcomb? All that stuff is, I see it, but we on a whole different space. And we really tap in. We can tap into the spiritual side too. But right now, I'm actually doing a test, right? And test my equipment, make sure everything is working correctly. But I'm telling you, clear as my name is LDA. This is a new day. So let me give you one. Let me know in the chat room you're ready for at least one strategy to get you to the next place. Because this is what this is about. Anything else, I will not be doing. I cannot. You can't. How can new wine get into old wineskin? When you put the new wine in the old wineskin, it will burst the old wineskin. How can this new version of me go back to talking and doing the things I was doing before with this channel when I'm a completely different man? If the person that you're listening to has not evolved in their message and what they're talking about, you need to run. If the person that you're listening to on social media and whatever have not evolved in their message and what they're doing, you need to run. There should be some kind of there should be some kind of evidence, some kind of receipts that they're not at the same place that they were last year or even 6 months away, 6 months previous. There should be some kind of growth, some kind of tangible way to say, hey, who I'm listening to, something's changed about them. I must change. Because all I am just your future self talking to your present. Some of y'all have been listening to some people who have never evolved. All they are little boys online crying and whining about women. And these women doing this and these women doing that. And they doing your message. If your message hasn't changed, you need to let it go. Or the person that you're listening to have not even taken the time to retool themselves, need to let it go. You should see like, wait a minute, the person I'm listening to and been sharing online, there's something different about them. They've been studying, they've been reading, they've been digesting, they something has happened to them. You should definitely be watching, be careful who you're listening to online if they're not taking the time to grow. Because if they're not growing, guess what you're doing? You're not growing either. But this is just a test, just to see, excuse me, how this if I was to go live, how it would look. And it's been a while since I've been on. I was using two services, but I'm so comfortable using this service because it's so easy and I'm familiar with it. I used it for years. So I may just go back to it. But shout out to everybody. This is Lawrence D. Adams. Yes, I'm still here. Yes, your boy is married. Got a beautiful wife. Definitely. So, Gib, I'm about to jump off of here. I wanted to test out, and two, I'm gonna be setting the dates and the times. It's going to be in the evening now that I will be going live. So, if that's with the two people that are watching, let me know what's a great time for you guys to listen here, listen to the thinking class in the evening. Give me a time that was good for you guys. I'm thinking 7 o'clock. How does 7 o'clock? Let me try because 7 o'clock. How does that sound? Is that good? 7 p.m. (7 p.m.) We may do that 7 p.m. Not every day either. We got stuff to do. 7 is good. Great. Yeah, I'm gonna come back at 7. Start gradually coming back. I got the lights, camera set up, and studio equipment ready to go, so we can have some real conversation, so that you can grow as a man. But yeah, it seems like just the other day, back in 2001, we were just chopping game on how to get a woman. Now we're chopping on how to get a woman. Now we're chopping on how to keep a. Now that's powerful right there. Let me read that because that's good. That's good. Let me read that right there. It seems like just the other day, and back in 2002, 2001, we were just chopping game on how to get a woman. Now we're chopping on how to keep a woman. That part right there, how to keep a woman. I think some people miss that part right there. I got to figure out how to work this. 2021, right? 2021 on how to keep a woman. Most guys don't know how to keep a woman. It ain't the same. Let me say that again. It ain't the same. Obtaining something and keeping and maintaining it is two different things. You can get a car, but do you know how to maintain it? Do you know every 7,000 miles you need to get an oil change? You know, to get your tires rotated? Do you know you need to make sure that all the things are working right? It's almost the same way with when you maintaining a relationship. Now, maintain for me, being married, maintaining the marriage requires what? maintenance, maintaining healthy communication, healthy, honest communication, honest dialogue, honest listening. You said pimp what? Pimp guy went to something's in the air. The game is calling the gods. You said Pimp Guy went live the other day too. Something is in the air. The game is calling the gods. Yeah, we definitely. I mean, you got to learn how to retreat so they can come back stronger. But yeah, so shout out to my dude Pimp Guy Warren G. Warren, my dude Warren. Been knowing him since elementary school. Shout out to him. But yeah, definitely, you got to listen. Difference between anybody, well, not anybody, everybody can get a woman, maintain a woman. Then you got to think, most people are so used to having girlfriends, but it's a different level when you have a wife. Let me say that again. It's a difference. Anybody, I mean, you can get a girlfriend, okay, just this, but maintaining a wife, you have to take, you got to be a real man, because you know what it is. I'm gonna say this, these nuts, because this is the real issue right here. Should I share it? Should I share it in the chat? Should I share it? Let me know in the chat room. Should I share what the real issue is? I'm gonna tell you what the real issue is. I gotta figure out why it's doing that. I don't know why it does that. Okay. Let me know in the chat room you want to hear the real issue, why most people, most guys are comfortable just having a girlfriend, or they just having a girl. They're so worried about trying to get women they miss this one point. What's the real? You okay? You want the real? Okay, hold on. Let me figure out how to get this screen to work right, because let me give you the real. I'm gonna give you the real. I'm trying to get my screen to act right, because it's been okay. I'm gonna keep it real. So the real reason, and I wish I can get my chat to just do like this, because I want the full screen. Okay, I'm gonna keep it real. The real reason why most men, even on these YouTube streets and Instagram streets, are afraid to go any further, because they're scared of this one word. And that one word is commitment. Well, two words, and responsibility. They don't want to be committed, and they don't want to be responsible. In the first place, if anything, you listen to any of my teachings, it comes down to this. You first have to be committed to yourself, and you must first become responsible for yourself. So most men are on these YouTube streets are not committed to themselves, and they're not responsible for themselves. So the thought of even taking on another human being and being committed to them and being responsible for them scares the living out of them. So what they do is they'll go on social media. They'll go on social media and listen to all the horror stories about how this woman cheat, on how there ain't no good women in America, how the black woman is this, how the white woman is this, how the Latino woman is this. They listen to all the bad stories about women to further strengthen their story, than why they can never be committed to a woman or be responsible for her. They do not want to take responsibility for themselves, and they don't want to be committed to themselves. See, when you're committed to yourself, the natural thing happens. What happens next? You begin to take responsibility for things around you. When you're committed to yourself, you now what? Attract a woman who's going to be committed to you. Most men have never been committed to themselves. So life keeps reflecting back to them on commitment. Oh boy, look at that. Somebody like one of the things. Look at that. Look at the numbers went down on that. Oh, I don't want to hear that. No, they're scared of commitment. Scared little boys who don't want to commit to anything. 50, 60 years old, don't want to commit to nothing because your heart been broke because somebody did you wrong. Do you know how many things that happened to me? Like I was sharing with my son, you know how many things happened to me? But I made a decision. I'm going to be committed to me and I'm going to be committed to her. And I'm going to be responsible for me and I'm going to be responsible for her. Is it easy? No. Most guys don't want commitment because they're not committed to anything. Most guys don't want to go through anything. They soft. Not going to lie to you, I'm ready to commit. My problem is being picky. Well, let me say something to that too. My problem is being picky. Sometimes you can be so picky that you pick yourself right, or the person is just right for you. Because I'm the same way. I was picky too. I'll use change the word selective. So I work too hard to settle for crap. Right. So now you need to work. Now it comes down to it. Now I can speak from experience because you see this on my end. This ain't for fake. This ain't for the internet to make people, oh wow, you doing this ain't for the internet. No, you have to realize what you need to focus on what you really want for yourself and what you really want from her. Stop pretending and realize that you may be overlooking someone that's right there in front of you. Or once you make a decision, it will begin to show up because ain't nobody perfect. The problem is the standards of these class shot me up so high. I just don't want to look. Yeah, you don't. I'm not telling any man on here or any woman to listen to shoot for the dirt. I'm always telling you to shoot for the stars. And your standard that you have for you should be living. You attract who you are. Say definitely ready to commit. Just used to life stirring, just used to life starting to be myself. Yeah. Yeah. So the first person you need to be committed to before you talk about being committed to anyone else, you need to be committed to you. One thing I like about both of my sons, but I'm talking about my younger son, is that he's committed to go to the gym. He's committed to going to the gym 5 o'clock in the morning. He's at the gym before he goes to work. Rain, shine, he don't care if it's a Christmas. He's like, hey, I got to go lift. He's going to lift because of his commitment to himself. Do you have that commitment to yourself first before you're talking about what you're looking for on the outside with a commitment from another woman? And can you be that commitment to her? Some of y'all been shooting for the dirt and not shooting for the stars, and that's why you keep getting muddy instead of getting the woman who's going to bring life into you. Y'all shooting for the dirt. That's why you look at most of the complaints that you get on social media and on Instagram and on YouTube. They're normally what type of women? They have a certain type. And most times you stuck in this caliber of woman because you have not became a higher caliber of man. Ooh. So while we complain, we want the standards, we want this, but have you became that as a man? How you exhibit that in the man, in the way you walk, you talk, and the way you move. First person you got to be committed to is yourself. Don't talk to me about that you want commitment and she got to do this. Are you living that life yourself first? And sometimes you need the reality of it. I'm gonna tell you, keep it 100. Let me keep it real. The reality of it is you gotta change your palate. What do I mean change your palate? If you've been dealing with a certain level of women, you need to change that. Hold on, too many standards are wrong. Hold on to too many standards. No, I'm not saying having too many standards is wrong. I'm not saying that. But you got to have the standards that you can live with. Sometimes men and women, and have unrealistic standards, and they class them out. They class themselves out of what being with anyone. You got all these standards, like you got to have this, she got to be this, she got to be this height, she got to be this way, this and that, and you missed on someone who's gonna love you. I don't care what they say on these social media streets. You want someone who's gonna love you. Who's gonna love you? We many times our standards that we say we have is because we're trying to impress everyone around us with the person that we have. She got to look this way. She got to be. But if a woman loves you, right, here to tell you, it makes things food taste different. One thing I can say about my wife, house is peace. I'm saying multiple things I can say, but my house is peaceful. Ain't no arguing, ain't no fussing, no that energy. What you doing? No, peaceful, because she's a peaceful woman. But I couldn't attract that peace in my life if there wasn't peace in me first. So all the time I'm all for standards and certain things, but many times they're unrealistic. And we missed out on someone how can I say it? We are called Men are called to love a woman, women are called to respect a man. We are called to love a woman, and women are called to respect a man. And many times, LDA Volume 3 is coming soon, right? Many men have never tasted the fruits of a woman respecting them. So they settle for crumbs from women who don't even like men. I'm just testing my equipment out. I'm just testing my equipment out. Women respect men. Men Men show love to women. Our responsibility is to love them. Their responsibility is to what? To respect us. But many of us men are doing things that are unrespectable, crying and whining. I haven't played this in a long time. Why? Because many of you men, everything looks and sounds crisp, good. Many of men have never received, have don't know what it means for a woman to respect them. Deacon Class 3.0. Yep, that's exactly this is what it is. Let me say that again. Many men have never received or never experienced a woman to respect them and love them. So they settle for whatever they can get because they have not tasted the fruits of a woman that respects them and that loves them and that's going to care for them. Because they never seen it in their mother, with their father, or their mother at all. If I'm telling the truth, put a number one in the chat room. No, many men have never experienced respect from a woman. So it is almost foreign to them to see a woman respect them. And if women are listening, you have never really received love from a man. And I'm telling the truth, put the number one in the chat room. I gotta go. What time is it? It was 8:07. I said, oh, let me come for a couple minutes. See how that they happening? You got Thinking Class 3.0. Woo. If their mamas disrespected them, how can they see it or a woman recognizing in a man? Correct. It can't. It can't. That's why I'm saying for you as them to the men that are listening, begin to respect who you are as a man. Everything about you, respect you. Begin to love who you are. When you begin to love who you are, the world begins to reflect it back to you. When you stop looking for the validation on the outside of you and you begin to validate who you are on the inside, the love that you have on the, thank you, Earl. It's good to see you, Earl Hopkins. I'm seeing you in a while, bro. Appreciate that. When you begin to recognize, when you begin to love yourself, the world begins to love you back. When you begin to respect yourself, see, then you stop looking for that on the outside because your cup is already filled. Too many men are, their cups are empty, and they're walking around through life being filled from others who put muddy water in their cup. Many men are walking around and allowing people to pour dirty water into their cup, and they think that's respect. But this is just a test. If this has helped you, let me know in the chat room because I'm about to get ready to go. If this has helped you, and I'll start shooting towards 7 o'clock to do a live show because it didn't take me a while to get set up. Just it's been a minute. But if this has helped you, let me know in the chat room. Put a number 5 in the chat room to let me know. Wait a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This has helped me. Oh, that's the water, right? Let me finish this water. If this has helped you, let me know in the chat room. Put a number 5 in the chat room. Good. Thank you so much. I'm going to know that this is working well. I know the test has worked, and LDA is about to. Do I got something queued up? What do I got? I don't. It's been so long since I want to say so long. It's been a minute since I've been on here. Let me run this on here, and I'm gone. I'm going to change everything.